For more, let's welcome in commentary editor for the Washington Times, Kelly Sadler, Republican strategist and host of the 13-minute news hour, Bobby Eberle, and senior contributor at The Federalist, Ben Weingarten. Great to have all three of you with me this morning. Kelly, I'll start with you. In his remarks following the school shooting, the president made sure to emphasize that he still is in support of the Second Amendment. Take a listen to this.
Advocate of the Second Amendment. I have been from the beginning. I protected it. And these things are terrible. But the gun doesn't do the shooting. The people do. It's, a phrase that's used probably too often. I will tell you that it's a shame.
He's right. It's absolutely terrible. It's a shame that these things happen. And we know that the first thing to come up after these tragedies is pushing for stricter gun laws. What did you think of his response there, Kelly?
I thought it was measured. There was a lot we did not know yesterday. FSU is a huge campus. There was a lot of ground to be cleared. Over 40,000 students were on campus. We didn't know who the victims were, who the shooter was, if there was even multiple shooters. So the president was briefed. He predicted accurately that the left always comes after gun control in incidents like these. However, in this case in particular, it was his mother who was a deputy sheriff who he stole her gun from, and that in and of itself is tragic. And I'm sure the entire police department, that mother are trying to figure out what went wrong with her 20-year-old son. Clearly, he had some mental issues that were unresolved and needed some help prior to committing this terrible act yesterday.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrific. And again, it was his mother's gun. She obviously had it legally. There's no issue there as she was a sheriff's deputy. So yeah, we're gonna have more on this throughout the morning. But I do want to pivot now to the president's big tariff meeting with Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. So this comes right on the heels of the Japan meeting. And we know Meloni and Trump have a good relationship. Meloni was the only European leader invited to his inauguration back in January. And it's no secret, Bobby, that world leaders have given Prime Minister Meloni the nickname of the Trump Whisperer. She did coordinate with the EU president before this visit to Washington. Do you think she gave the EU the reassurances they might need to try and strike a deal as well? We're still only in the very, very beginning of this 90-day pause.
That's right. Yeah, this is the first steps. And of all the people to take the first steps, I think Meloni is great. She is that link. She's that bridge between the Trump administration and the EU. So I think this was a really good start. But even on Italy's side, they need to come to the table. It's a $45 billion trade surplus that Italy has with us. So this is a good place to start negotiations to get that leveled off. As was said earlier, bilateral talks, fix Italy, and then use that as a bridge to the rest of the European Union. They want to trade with us. They need to trade with us. We are their security blanket. And I think this is a really, really good first step. But along with all the other discussions, Italy needs to come along. And with this relationship that Trump has with Meloni, I think these first steps could lead to other countries falling in line as well.
Yeah, good point. So Senator Van Hollen posting this photo with the caption, we've all seen it. I said my main goal of this trip was to meet Kilmar tonight. I had the chance. I have called his wife Jennifer to pass along his message of love. I look forward to providing a full update upon my return. And now, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker is apparently headed there next. Democrats are spending a lot of time on this crusade. Deporting illegal gang members seems to be, Ben, a 90-10 issue. Why are they focused so much on the rights of someone who's not an American citizen? And for Van Hollen, especially when Rachel Morin's murder occurred in his state.
Yeah, I guess some constituents, as he called it, matter more than other constituents. And by the way, an illegal alien is not your constituent. They can't vote here. So question for the senator about that. And my first reaction to this was really, find someone who looks at you the way Democrats look at illegal alien gangbangers who are also allegedly wife beaters as well. And these are the people that the Democrat Party stands with. And I think what it shows you is that their ideology even blinds them to how politically disastrous these positions are. They really believe in open borders, no due process for Americans who have to deal with all the consequences of people like this being brought into the country, and of course disingenuousness about the due process itself, because this man has had several hearings in front of immigration judges, should have been deported years ago, And the only leg they could possibly try and stand on is that they can claim that there was a mistake made, a clerical mistake, essentially, that had him deported to the wrong country. But he is a Salvadoran. He is not an American. And millions of people just like this have no business being in our country and enjoying our freedoms while they take advantage of them. And if Democrats want to cozy up to gangbangers like this, alleged ones anyway, go ahead.
And Bobby, there was all of this concern that he wasn't being treated well in this max security El Salvador prison, yet President Bukele knew otherwise. Here's his tweet upon seeing the senators' meeting, saying Kilmar Abrego Garcia miraculously risen from the death camps and torture, now sipping margaritas with Senator Van Hollen in the tropical paradise of El Salvador. So can we put aside the talks, Bobby, of him suffering in some prison?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's looking a little chunky for being, denied meals and being thrown in a torture chamber. I mean, the guy is looking just fine, and he shouldn't be in the country anyway. It's a disaster for the Democrats, and I think their base, their constituency that they're trying to appeal to is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and they're still trying to appeal to them. They've learned nothing from November in this idea that, hey, border crossings, illegal border crossings have basically gone down to zero. The American people like this, they love this, but we're going to embrace an MS-13 gang member, an illegal alien who's been deported. That's going to be our poster child for the new Democrat. Well, the new Democrat is just as bad as the old one, and they're going to keep losing.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.